What's good, everyone? This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. It's happening again. Another police involved shooting in Columbus, Ohio. You know, y'all, I mean, something always happens in Columbus, Ohio. You think so? And it's sad that it happened, right? Look at the incidents that's going down. I'm going to tell you the incidents. And this is the latest incident. Matter of fact, it happened moments before the Derek Chauvin verdict even read. Now, we start out with Andre Hill. An unarmed black man in Columbus, Ohio was shot and killed unjustly, at his garage. Then you have Casey Goodson Jr. He just got back from going to the dentist and bought a Subway sandwich, and Columbus police shot him in the back multiple times, killing him. Then there's Miles Jackson, a black man who was killed in an emergency room by police. And remember Marack Bird, the white man that basically told Ohio State troopers that little code of his, but yet he was armed and they didn't do nothing to him. Now this story. This article comes from News One. It says Ma'Khia Bryant, 16 years old, 16-year-old girl called Ohio police for help. Officer killed her instead. Ma'Khia Bryant would never see her graduation. Instead, reports of the 16-year-old girl's death at the hands of a Columbus, Ohio, police officer began making the rounds late Tuesday afternoon, just as the nation celebrated the guilty verdict in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Ma'Khia reportedly called the Columbus Police Department for help, though accounts of why exactly she called have differed. What is clear, however, is that instead of serving and protecting, responding officers made her the latest victim. Raw emotion and justified outrage exploded in the southeast Columbus neighborhood as the community came to terms with what transpired. Ma'Khia's mother, Paula Bryant, spoke with local reporters and shared that her daughter was an honor student. Nearby residents gathered outside almost immediately after the shooting. You killing babies, bro," one person on the scene asked rhetorically. Black communities cannot even enjoy a brief reprieve from police violence. Local reporters explained that many of the people who came outside as news of Ma'Khia's death began to circulate have been heading downtown in anticipation of a decision in the Derek Chauvin murder trial for George Floyd's death. "We don't get to celebrate nothing," local activist Casey Taylor said during the subsequent protest of Ma'Khia's killing in Columbus. "In the end, you know what? You can't be black." The Ohio Attorney General's Bureau of Criminal Investigation took over investigating police shootings in Columbus last year. In early June of 2020, Mayor Andrew J. Ginther decided that all police shootings will be referred to the state's agency. This move came after racial justice protests, such as the May 30th gathering where police pepper sprayed several black elected officials, including Congresswoman Joyce Betty. It also followed years of complaints about the bias in the Columbus Police Department and with the prior prosecutor. In the end, you know what? You can't be black. This is from tweet from Casey Taylor. Still, the system is still the system. Before Tuesday afternoon, there have been 26 investigations of officers for shootings since the beginning of the year, with 6 of those shootings happened in Columbus. In February, a grand jury returned an indictment against former Columbus police officer Adam Coy in the killing of Andre Hill, 47. Hill was killed just 3 days after Christmas after walking a friend's garage, and 2 months after Casey Goodson Jr. was shot in the back when cops purposely mistook the sandwich the unarmed black man was holding for a gun. Goodson was shot by officers who were investigating another incident as he entered his grandmother's home. Last November, voters replaced a long-term Republican prosecutor who was known for rarely holding police accountable, the appeal reported. Voters also approved the creation of a civilian review board, with Ginther naming the members of the new mentor board at the end of March. According to the Columbus Dispatch, two-thirds of the new board is black. Members range in age from 30 to 72. While necessary for accountability under the current system, charges against police officers do not make up for the lives lost. And contrary to President Joe Biden's comments earlier Tuesday evening, the Chauvin verdict was not a big step in any direction. When police can shoot to when police can shoot to kill first and sort out the details later, there is so much work left. Adrienne Hood, a Columbus activist and the mother of Henry Green, said last week she has no interest in trying to work with or reform the local Fraternal Order of Police, KPFA reported. Hood, whose son was killed by Columbus police in 2016, spoke about tackling the qualified immunity enjoyed law enforcement. Until we are able to do something with that, the challenges will continue, Hood said about her work with Ohio Families Unite Against Police Brutality. Families will continue to face the challenge of accountability because justice can never be for me because you can't give me my son back. But accountability is a must and it's necessary, she added. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the News One article. Oh man. What in the hell is going on in Columbus, Ohio, y'all? You got Andre Hill was murdered at his friend's, garage. You got Casey Goodson Jr., who just got back from went to the dentist, and he decided to buy a Subway sandwich, and police shot him in the back multiple times, killing him. Then you think about Miles Jackson, not in this article, however. You see, he was at a hospital at an emergency room. Look what happened to him. They killed him, thinking that he had a gun. But then, he had a gun, but he didn't have it in possession when the officer shot and killed him. Now, this teenage girl, Ma'Khia Bryant. Again, what? Man, I'm so sick and tired of this. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? Yeah, we celebrated Derek Chauvin been found guilty of all 3 counts. I'm very happy that it happened. But the violence against black people is still continuing. Just because one officer has been found guilty doesn't necessarily mean that other officers in the streets won't do the same. And see, y'all, I've been doing stories, and again, this is what I was talking about. This 16-year-old girl didn't have to die, right? Now, I posted all my stories, including this story about Ma'Khia Bryant, on my Instagram page. You guys can check it out. You can check it out at the_real_lions_den2. The truth of the matter is that we as black people, despite of the Derek Chauvin verdict yesterday, but still, the problem is still continuing. People, whether they're a person armed or unarmed, police-involved shootings happening daily when it comes to the black community. Daily, y'all. Not weeks, not months, not even years. Daily. And the mainstream media is refusing to even discuss all of this because they want to have their narrative in their platform. Now, did this young lady have a knife? Yes, she did. Okay? I'm not going to deny that because we all saw the video, whatever. Did she point it at officers? No, she did not. Obviously, the problem is that the family did say, and that's also posted on my Instagram as well. The family did say that she did have a knife, but she dropped the knife moments before the police arrives. Moments. So in other words, when a person dropped their weapon, that's considered unarmed, right? So it shows you that Columbus police is basically needs some work. Now a lot of people say, well, the criminal justice system is broken. No, the hell is not. And I'm getting so sick and tired of people saying that the criminal justice system is broken. No, it's not broken. This has been set up this way. White supremacy has been set up that way. So in other words, you're going to believe that, oh, it's the system is broken, but it wasn't broken for the white person, huh? I'm just being honest. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is a continuation of police killing not only black men, not only black women, but our kids, our children. Ma'Khia Bryant would not see a high school prom. She would not go to college. She's not even going to get married someday. All because of an incident that should have been avoided. They should have been avoided. It's just ridiculous. Y'all let me know what you think about this. I mean, this, again, it happened again in Columbus, Ohio. And again, with the names that I just told you guys earlier, Andre Hill, Miles Jackson, Casey Goodson Jr., and now this young lady, Ma'Khia Bryant. What are we going to do now? We celebrated Derek Chauvin, we celebrate the guilty verdict of Derek Chauvin that killed George Floyd. But the police-involved shootings are still going down. You know, police brutality is still going on. Even though, yes, Derek Chauvin's been convicted. Here's the thing, though. And that's just another thing. We got 3 officers also that were there with Derek Chauvin. They're going to be on trial real soon. So my point is, y'all, just because Derek Chauvin has been convicted doesn't necessarily mean other officers that killing unarmed black men or that doesn't mean anything. But it does show you that we have a lot of work to do. And until we stand up, until we speak out against all of this stuff will continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen until we, as black people, will stand up for our rights and our justice. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna say, well, she does have a knife. She brandished a knife. But at the same time, though, they had in the fight, but at the same time, they didn't charge at officers. They didn't, the knife has been dropped way before, the officer arrived. That's what the family said. So y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in peace, Ma'Khia Bryant. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.